Alright, here we are at the famous hanging tree. We're going to take you through and show you the history and haunted history.
So we are at Hanging Tree in Patchogue. Legend has it that back in colonial times, witches were tried and hanged here. No evidence to support it, but those are the claims. And in more recent times, there were a couple unexplained deaths here. One was supposedly by hanging, and another one, they don't know if it was suicide or foul play, but something happened. There's also reports that this was a big area for mob activity. Possibly people were brought here either to be killed, or at least the bodies were disposed of. So those are just a few of the claims that we know about this location. One of the more popular areas on Long Island as far as hauntings go, and one of our favorite spots to investigate.
We've had some pretty crazy paranormal experiences here at Hanging Tree. There have been people who have been pushed. We have had equipment get thrown out of people's hands. We've had camera malfunctions. We've caught a bunch of EVPs. Someone's even seen a woman in white. There have been feelings of like old witchy vibe. It's pretty cool, pretty crazy.
Alright, so there was one night that we were coming in here, and as we were walking down the pathway, we kept feeling kind of like uneasy. So as we were walking down this path, one of our old investigators' motion was positioned right up over here. And as we turned, we saw shadow people coming down the pathway. That'd be like 4 of them. So I actually tossed him the video camera, and he tried to like get it, but it was just too dark out with the IR to capture it. But we saw a group of 4 shadow people just cross this pathway and just keep going. It was wild. Another time when we were here, we were just doing an EVP session. This is when we were using the audio cassette recorder, and one of our old investigators was having it. He said, "Hey, if you're here with us, can you give us a sign?" And the recorder actually got knocked out of his hand, and you hear like the sounds like boom, boom, boom. It was pretty wild. EVPs that we caught right here at the tree. We caught an EVP. We asked, "What is your name?" And we got a name that said Jason in a male's voice.
Candle. Hey, what's your name, buddy?
Oh. A male's voice on audio, and then on audio cassette, it sounds more of a kid's voice, which shows the differences between the two devices.
Candle. Hey, what's your name, buddy? BP. Oh, look.
Really awesome stuff. Got a ton of EVPs, a lot of Class A, Class B. We got my name called out, Mike.
And we're standing still, so it's not like...
No. I heard something.
Did you hear that?
It might have...
One was really weird one night. We hear quiet night, but then when we redid the analysis, we caught what sounded like a baby giggling.
Check 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Signal's messed up with this. I have to figure it out.
Alright. Well, we need you all scream real loud.
Okay, so over here in this back area of Hanging Tree, we've had a bunch of different experiences. We have some more EVPs that we captured. We did capture an EVP that said pussy. It was like Class C.
This is Rocco and Teresa. We're from Long Island Paranormal Investigators.
We've got a couple of EVPs that we caught. They're saying hey or hello.
Do you hear man talking? I don't.
We have an EVP that we captured here where it's a kid's voice, and it's either saying like it's mine or precious, precious, like it's Lord of the Rings or something.
Did you take that little root back?
What do you want?
So take that little root back.
And then another thing that happened here with our camera, we had our 35mm camera, and what was happening was an old investigator, Tim, was at this location, and he just started feeling like a weird presence of like a woman in white. And all of a sudden we started to see this white mist. And when we have the white mist, and we went to take out our camera, Mike had his 35mm, and it would not take a photo for the life of it. We kept pressing it, pressing it, pressing it. It wasn't the batteries weren't dead, it was nothing like that at all. So he comes back and we go and we meet back at the tree, and Mike's telling everybody about the 35mm camera, and he's like, look, it's not working. And he goes to show everybody, and boom, it just starts snapping photos. So it was really weird. So we have had some camera malfunctions in this location as well.
So a lot of times when we come in this area, which is, as you're walking on the pathway, it's way past the tree a little bit. You come around the bend, and usually in this whole area, it's usually covered with brush, and there's like a little pathway that you can get through it. A lot of people usually feel very uneasy here. Now, we've been coming here since 2003, and every time our teams came over in this area, they've always gotten very uneasy. A lot of times people won't go past this point. Today, we're going to go past this point and find out what the hell is back here. I've been back here a couple times. It does open up to a beach area, which is really cool. But overall, throughout many years, we really haven't investigated a whole lot back in here. Just the uneasy feelingness. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe it's just the seclusion part of feeling like you're kind of in a tunnel. Something weird just happened. We're actually walking from the beach back to the tree, and we were just walking, and all of a sudden we just felt a sudden cold spot, like right in this area. I don't know why. Which is
I feel
crazy.
it right now by my face.
It's right around that bend. That's the bend right there that we're talking about,
Where people don't want to cross.
This is the area right here. Like literally, we just walking, and all of a sudden, bam! It just got hit. I'm just trying to feel for it. And
I feel it. It's up.
it's high. It went
It's
up.
up by my face. We're just walking right now, and it's like maybe like my cheek level. It was really weird.
That's weird.
So a few of our last bit of experiences that we've had here over time is while I was here actually with Andy, we were doing some filming and just BSing. It was at the end of an investigation. We're getting some footage, and we looked over here, we're watching the team leave, and then as they left, we saw a ball of light literally hovering above these trees right over here. It was like reddish hue, and it just floated there for a minute, and before we could get up and get it on camera, it just disappeared. Another thing that happened was one of our old investigators, Tim, was just having a lot of really weird, like, dreams about like a lady in white. And what ended up happening was he was telling Mike about it, and we decided, you know what, let's refocus our investigation. We decided to come here for the night because we originally were planning on going somewhere else. But because he had dreams of a woman in white, we came here, we were investigating, and he was uncomfortable, and all of a sudden he saw a mist of a woman in white just right back in here. So that was another experience that we had, and it's just, you know, it's weird when you are experiencing that stuff in dreams and then you come here and you start getting activity. Another thing that happened that we had here is we were using the CEM IR thermometer, and we were walking around and we were investigating this section, and Mike had the CEM thermometer and he was panning across with the CEM thermometer, and as he did down this pathway, he got a temperature reading of -11. It was about 65 degrees for the night, and he panned and it's just -11 degrees. That's what he picked up. We stopped, we reset, we panned again, and we picked it up a second time, and then it went away and we never picked it up again. So those are just some of the experiences that have happened here at Hanging Tree over the years since we've been investigating.
Thank you everybody for joining us on this latest edition of Urban Myths and Legends. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for some more paranormal infotainment.